Hi, this is IB Business Management Made Easy. I'm Sam Foxwell, and we're going to be looking today on how to draw a break-even chart. This video explains it really well, but if you need more personalized help, you can contact me on the WhatsApp number here on the screen or click on a link to fill out a form. Well, hope this helps. Here we have a typical IB-like question for business management. Lily has her own business selling cotton candy. It only costs her 50 cents to make, but she sells it at $5. She pays $100 rent in a mall. She also has a $30 monthly insurance bill. Draw a fully labeled break-even chart. Now, a couple things to note here. Yeah, cotton candy does make that much money. It's actually a pretty good business to go into. But I also have two tips. One, use a ruler. Use a ruler, it's helpful. And two, get your data together. If you get your data together, it'll be much easier to draw your graph. So let's look at getting the data. Well, the prompt already had some of the information for you. If you remember correctly, it has the price, which is $5, and the variable cost, which is 50 cents. Now, the total fixed cost of the fixed cost, it didn't give you directly, but she pays $100 rent per month, and she also pays $30 for insurance. So her fixed costs are $130. The contribution per unit is price minus variable cost, so 5 minus 50 cents, $4.50. And I'm going to suggest you find the break-even quantity and break-even revenue for two reasons. One, it'll help you in deciding what numbers to put on your scale, like on your axes, your X and Y axes. And it'll also help when you're deciding if your graph is accurate or not. So break-even quantity is just your fixed cost, which we already decided is $130, divided by the contribution per unit, which is $4.50, equals 29 units. So the break-even revenue is just the break-even quantity times price. So 29 times $4.50, it's $130.50. Now, just to make things easier for me for doing the graph, and I suggest you do the same thing, I found some data points for around the break-even quantity. So I got the total cost for 30 units. I picked 30 because it's close to break-even and it's a multiple of 10, it makes it easier to graph. So total cost is fixed cost plus total variable cost. It's 130, we know that, plus for 30 units, it'd be 30 units times 50 cents, which is $15. So your total cost for 30 units is $145. Then your total revenue for 30 units is just price times quantity. So it's $5 times 30, which is $150. And the information you really need is in this little box here. Fixed cost, $130. And for 30 units, I got a total revenue of $150 and a total cost of $145. Okay, as you can see here, I've already started the graph. I'm going up on the y-axis by 30s, and I'm going on the x-axis by 5s. I decided that by looking at my break-even quantity and revenue. That's how I decided those numbers. And if you notice, it's also labeled. We have cost and revenue here with a dollar sign in brackets, so we labeled this axis. And we have outputs and sales labeled here. We got a 0 there. And we got the title at the top. That's the first thing you got to do, guys. Once this is done nice and neat, you know, there's same space between each set of numbers, then you know your graph is going to be okay. Next step, the easiest thing to add is the fixed cost. Because we already know what it is. It's always $130. If you sell 0 cotton candy, it's $130. And if you sell 30 cotton candies, it's $130. Those are your fixed costs. And your fixed costs are about here. So let me draw that. That's your fixed cost. And let's label that. Just put FC. And now that's it. Your fixed cost is labeled. The next line we want to put on here is the total revenue line. Now we know that if we sell 0 cotton candies, the revenue is 0. So that's pretty easy. That's here. And we also calculated revenue for 30 units, it's $150. So all we have to do is connect 150 to 0, like that. And it's straight, but I want to extend that line just a little bit more. There we go. And now we label this as total revenue. The last line we want to do is a total cost line. Now we know if we have 0 sales, we still have to pay our fixed costs. That's why total cost at 0 sales is $130, which is here. And we already calculated fixed cost, total costs for 30 sales. That's $145. So that's about here. So we just draw a line connecting these two like that. And that, my tablet really didn't fix that too well, so let me fix that. And extend it. There we go, roughly. And then we label that. And now we have the graph, the chart almost done. Only thing we have to do though is we need to label our break-even point, which is right here, where the total revenue and the total costs get together. And we just do a little line, okay? Break-even point. And that's how you do the break-even chart. Now for you, let's do some practice here. I got a question for you. Jake's Burgers sells $3 hamburgers. The variable cost per burger is $1. Rent is $200 a month, and he pays $300 a month in salaries. Draw a fully labeled break-even chart. Pause here, and then when you want, after you've done your chart, compare yours to mine. Let's see the chart. Well, I hope your answer is kind of like mine. You might use different numbers, of course, so the scale will be different, but the break-even point should be, the same amount. And you can check the data at the bottom here. Make sure yours match. But I hope this helps a lot. Have a good day.